All right, let's talk about something that might be happening to your phone or computer right now: spyware. This is your fast track guide to hunting down these digital pests and kicking them out for good. So let's just dive right in. Does any of that sound a little too familiar? Yeah, you're probably not imagining things. That random slowdown or the battery that just dies for no reason, it isn't always just your device getting old. It could actually be a major sign that something is running in the background, watching everything you do. So how can you be sure? Well, it's time to play detective with your own device. We're about to go through a super quick 3-point diagnosis to spot the telltale signs of an infection. It really all boils down to just paying a little more attention to 3 key areas. First, we're going to take a hard look at your apps. Then, we'll keep an eye on your browser for annoying stuff like pop-ups. And finally, we'll dig into app permissions. Okay, let's start with your apps. Go on, take a second and just scroll through your app list. See anything weird? Anything you have no memory of downloading? Spyware's sneaky. It often hides or gets bundled in with other software. So if an app seems out of place, you should be suspicious. Next on the list, pop-ups. Oh, the pop-ups. Are you suddenly getting hit with a ton of ads even when you're not really doing anything? Or maybe your browser just decides to take you to some sketchy website you didn't ask for. That is a classic textbook sign that spyware has taken over. And that brings us to our third and maybe most important point: permissions. You know, apps need to ask for permission to use your camera or your microphone, but they should only ask for things they actually need. I mean, just think about it. If a calculator app wants access to your camera, that's not just a red flag, that's a giant flashing alarm bell. Okay, so what if you've spotted the signs? Don't panic. Now we get to switch from diagnosis to action. It is time to take out the digital trash, and we've got a clear plan to do it. And here is your secret weapon in this fight: safe mode. See, in normal mode, spyware can just run in the background, hiding among all your other programs. But when you boot up in safe mode, your device only loads the absolute essentials. This means the spyware usually can't even start, which makes it way easier for us to find and destroy. Our removal plan is a pretty straightforward 3-step process. We're going to run a full scan, use that safe mode trick to corner the threat, and then we'll clear out any digital dust bunnies left in the browser cache. This way, we make sure we get everything. Now, your first real move here is to get a good anti-spyware program. And please, don't just grab the first free thing you see. You need to use trusted, reputable software to run a full system scan. A good one will find and lock away most of these common threats for you. And finally, the big cleanup. After you've gotten rid of the main problem, you still have to go in and clear your browser's cache and all those temporary files. Why bother? Because spyware is messy. It can leave behind little hidden bits of code in there. Wiping them clean makes sure there's absolutely nothing left to cause trouble down the road. Look, getting rid of spyware is one thing, and it feels great. But making sure it never comes back, that's the real goal. So let's talk about moving from a one-time fix to building a long-term digital fortress so this doesn't happen again. Honestly, good security just comes down to a few good habits. It's not that complicated. Here's what you need to remember. Always, always keep your system updated. Use strong and unique passwords, please, and just be a little bit skeptical about weird links and sketchy-looking apps. And let's get real about those software updates that we all love to put off. They're not just about adding new emojis. Updates contain crucial security patches. They literally close the digital windows and doors that spyware loves to sneak through. So hitting that update button is one of the simplest, most powerful things you can do for your security. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. We've just cleaned up your device, which is awesome. But remember, the whole point of spyware is usually to steal your information to get into your online accounts. So securing your device, that's just step 1. The real question is, what are you going to do to protect your accounts? If you want to keep going and learn more about how to lock down your digital life, the source for this whole explainer has tons of great guides and tips. It's definitely worth checking out. Stay safe out there.